Friends, welcome back to lecture number 13 for Java application. In this lecture, we are going to connect our front end Java with backend, that is MySQL. In this lecture, we are also going to discuss about connectivity of Java to MySQL using Java database connectivity. Then we can insert data from the form. Then we are going to discuss about the JDBC, what JDBC is and how it provides connection between your Java application programs and database applications. So MySQL Workbench, we are going to create our database in MySQL Workbench in order to manage the data. We basically perform CRUD operation, like we write queries for inserting data in our databases. Then we can write query for update our databases records, and then we write queries for deleting our database records. So first thing that we start from the requirements. What requirements do we need in order to develop a complete connectivity between your Eclipse Java IDE and your backend, that is MySQL? I will provide the description for installation and document that I have discussed in this lecture in my description box. JDK is the Java development toolkit that is basically used for developing the Java application. And secondly, JDK, basically with the help of the JDK you can write, compile and run your Java program. Then you have the Oracle Java database connectivity driver that is basically used to provide connectivity between your front end and your database, that is the backend. So Java database connectivity is basically an intermediate layer that provide connection between your front end and back end. So JDBC connector, you can easily install it from the website and integrate it with your Eclipse IDE. Java database connectivity, this connector is basically used, it is an external API. It is an external API that provide connection between your Java program and your database program. So whatever you write in your Java application, it will perform these operations in your databases. Either you are applying the CRUD operation, you are going to insert data from your console application to your database, you are going to update your data from your console application to your database, or you're going to delete data from your console to your database. So with the help of external API, that is the Java database connectivity, you can perform these tasks. Basically, Java application contains your JDBC driver. Once you install the JDBC, it basically contains Java database is connectivity drivers. That drivers are used, it is the feature of with JDBC that it is platform independent, and JDBC libraries are basically drivers are written in Java programming language. And as you know, Java is platform independent, so you can provide connectivity with any databases. With Oracle, you can connect your Java programs. With MySQL, you can connect your Java programs, and with your other databases like SQLite or Microsoft SQL Server. With any databases, with the help of JDBC drivers, you can integrate your Java program, your front end, with any databases. When you are going to develop a application, you need to establish a connection, you need to create JDBC statements, then you can execute SQL statements, then you can get the result from your connection string. So these are the steps that you need to do, and then you have to close these. You need to import java.sql.static. With the help of this library, you can basically access the connections, driver manager, SQL exception, result set, or statement set. So if JDBC is installed in your system, then with the help, it can provide you these libraries, these classes. With the help of these classes, you can perform CRUD operation in your databases. So connection here is used to provide the connection to the databases. Driver manager class if you import these classes in your Eclipse IDE, driver manager obtain the connection to the databases, SQL exception basically handle SQL error between the Java application and the databases, result set and statement model, the data result sets and SQL statement. So you need to integrate if these libraries in your program. If you have not included these libraries, then simply you can import java.sql.static. It will automatically add these all 5 libraries that are essential for this. These are the connection interfaces. If you use MySQL, then you need this URL format in your code. If you use Oracle, then you need this URL format. Means every driver is different for every type of databases, either DB2, either Postgres, either MySQL, either Apache, or either SQLite. So there is the URL format and there is a separate JDBC connector for different data. Workbench, and in my SQL Workbench, I am first going to create a simple database. So this is the MySQL Workbench interface. You can download it from the MySQL Workbench. I have added that link in my description. Then I am going to first create a connection. I am going to give my connection a name. First I am giving it a name, demo connection here. Just I'm going to test the connection. It will ask for the password. Give them a password and keep remember that password because it is written in your Java code. Okay, after giving the password, I am just making it okay. Now you can see that here demo connection is created. I am just double click it and as this connection is succeed, now you can see that here is the list of these schemas. First I have to create a database, create a new schema. I am going to give it a name, and for example I am giving it a name that is Java DB connection. So I give my database to the name Java DB connections. As I going to apply button, click on the apply button, then you can see that this DDL exists. It will automatically write the SQL script and create the database with the name Java database connection. Then we can finish it. Now you can see that here in your schema list your Java database connection appears. Here there is the tables, views, stores. First we create the table here. I am going to create a new table. Just I am giving the name here. I am just giving the name employee. After this I am going to add the attributes. So first attribute I am going to give it is the employee ID, and second attribute I am going to give the employee salary. So here I am making the check. If you add different constant, then you can add from primary key, unique, not null. Then I'm making salary not null column. This is the finish. You can add the more columns here for your data table, that is employee. So I'm going to apply. You can see that this script appear. It means that this table is going to be created with two fields, ID and salary. Then I have just applied finish. Then I am going to finish this database. Now you can see that here in your DB connection there exists a table employee, and this table basically contain the column ID and salary. So I'm just checking it that what is the values that is stored. So it will provide me the two columns. It created a table with the two columns ID and salary. So now this database is created. Now I am moving toward my Eclipse IDE in order to provide integration between my Eclipse IDE and the Java program. So this is the Eclipse IDE. Here I am going to write the Java class. I am moving toward the project explorer, and first I am going to create a new Java class, new, and then class, and here I am going to give it a class name demo of your db and then just I'm going to add the main class, and then I'm going to finish it. Now you can see that here the class appears, Java class. Now I'm going to write my all code here, all the insert operation, all the connectivity code here. So before adding the code, I am going to tell you one more thing, is that when you have how uh, where the Java database connectivity or is going to be created. So here at the right side you can see that there is a reference library. Here I am going to right click, then there is a build path, then you can move toward the configure build path, and as you click it, a window appear. Here you can see at the right hand side there is a Java build path, and here my SQL connector is already integrated. So it means now I can provide connectivity between my Java application and my SQL server if it is integrated. So if you have not integrated, then go and download it first and then add in your project folder in the similar way which I have tell you. And you have to just move toward the model path and you have to add external jars, and already my connector is downloaded, so I have integrated from this location. So this is the way how you integrate your JDBC connector in your Eclipse IDE. After this, now just you need to write the queries here. Before writing the query, I have to write the query, that is import java.sql. So you can see that with the help of this library, I can access the drivers, I can access the connections, I can access the built-in functions for our CRUD operations. So this is the basic interface of our Java class, and in this console class basically we are interested in three different CRUD operation. We are interested in inserting a record in our databases by using insert command. Similarly, we are interested in updating records, previous record in our database by using update command. And then third command is the or third operation is the delete operation, in which we are going to delete data from our database. So I am going to copy three different types of code here for three different CRUD operations. You can take that code from my video description, and similarly you can paste that code in your Eclipse IDE in order to perform the required operation. So from this file I am going to copy code here. So I am going to perform first operation, that is basically SQL insert. So I am going to copy this code here and then I am going to close my connection. So you can take closing connection code from this file as well, close the connection and resources. So here I am going to copy it. So this is the required code which I have copied here. Now I am going to discuss this code step by step. What we have done in order to perform or in order to provide a connectivity between our front end and back end is that I have in my console class first I have make a database connection parameter string URL. You can see it here. Here is localhost port number, and this is the name of my database, Java database connection. So you have to give the name of your database. This was the database that which I have created here in my MySQL workbench, and this is the string username and password that I have set at the start. So first you have to give the database connection parameter and then connection. Then second you have to load the MySQL Java database connection driver. For loading this, you have to give the URL, that this URL is for JDBC driver. It will load the driver, and then you have to pass that parameter in this connection string. Get connection, take the this connection basically set a connection for the required database, and it provide connectivity between the MySQL and the Java application. So after this, we will throw a message that database is connected successfully, and then this is the SQL insert command. This is basically first command in which we are going to insert data from our console Java class to the database class. So first, if connection is going to be succeed, then I will move toward the SQL CRUD operation. First CRUD operation that I store in a variable, that is insert into, this is the table name employee. So you can see that the table name is employee, and we have two parameter ID and salary. So I have mentioned table name here, and these are the attributes. So insert into table name parameters, and these are the values that I am going to insert in my employee table. After this statement, these are basically database CRUD operations, and then prepare the statement, basically prepare this SQL insert for executing, and then we have to execute the insert statement. Then prepare the statement dot execute update method. That was basically a built-in function that execute the SQL statements. And then here, if check is thrown, if rows are greater than 0, means if the record is inserted successfully, then one connection is open. For SQL CRUD operation, then it should be closed. Then we have, then if throw an exception, that now you can see that database is connected successfully, means we have connected our DB properly with our Java application, and then we have received a message data inserted successfully, means this record is inserted from our console application to the databases. Previously, we don't have any record inserted in our MySQL. So I am again moving it. Now I am going to refresh my table, my database table, SQL Workbench. As I am going to refresh it, now you can see that there is a record inserted. Employee ID is 11 and its salary is 30. So it means that our record is inserted successfully. So now I am again moving toward my SQL. Again I am moving toward the Eclipse ID, and now I am going to comment this operation of SQL insert. Now I am going to perform second operation, that is the SQL update operation. So here I am going to comment this. Now I want to update the record. So for updating the record, what I need to do is I am going to execute our second query for updating the value of the records in the databases. So this is the SQL update code here. I am going to copy this code in my Java application, and here I am going to copy this code here. I have committed the insert because if I will again execute this console program, then it will edit another row. So I just want to update the existing row. Basically update the values. Now I want to update the salary of employee ID 11 to some new value. Now I want to make it 50 instead of 30. So what I need to do is I need to write a update CRUD operation. So this is the string update variable that store the update CRUD operation. Update table name employee set salary equals to, now I want it 40 instead of 30, where ID is, that is ID is 11. So this is the previous ID. That record is already inserted. Now this update will update the table and it set the salary 40, where it find the employee ID equals to 11. So this is basically SQL update query, and if query is executed properly, then it will display a message data is updated successfully. So as I'm going to execute it, you can see that data is updated successfully. Now I'm going to cross check it with my workbench. As I am going to again refresh it, first ID is 11 and the salary was 30. Now as I'm going to refresh my table, then you can see that ID 11 is going to be changed. It becomes 40. This is the update CRUD operation. Third operation, that is basically deleting the records in my database table from my Java class. So this again I am going to comment this update operation because I don't want to execute it this time. So I am going to copy the third operation, that is SQL delete operation. So I am going to copy this code from my Java program. Now what I have written here, you just need to change the table name and parameter while copying this code in your Eclipse IDE. Just don't change anything else. Connection remain the same, while the code remain the same. Just table name and the database name is going to be changed for your case if you are going to practice this in your Eclipse IDE. Now string delete from employee where ID equals to 11. Now I want to delete a record where ID is 11. So this is the query for deleting the record in databases from my Java class. So as I am going to execute it, you can see that there is a message data is deleted successfully. Now I am going to cross check it in my Eclipse IDE. As I am going to refresh it, my employee table, you can see that it contains now null record, means data that we have inserted. First it is going to be inserted, then it is going to be updated, then at last we have deleted that record. So these are basically three CRUD operations, mean with the help of JDBC connector, you can basically provide a connection between your front end and back end, and you can perform the CRUD operation in order to perform insertion, deletion, and updation in your database. This is the basic skeleton code. I am going to add this code in my video comment and description. So thank you very much.